answer questions as the video plays to make sure we understand what the video is talking about. And then we're going to move on and have you guys talk about public housing in your city. Yeah. So is it common for people in your city to stay in public housing or not? Yeah. Why is that? Why do you think that is? And then we're also going to look at a question that talks about why you think Singapore has a good public housing. Yeah. So we're going to talk a little bit about public housing and how that's relevant in your city and also in Singapore. Okay, so that's what we're going to be working on today. But before we start, let's have you guys introduce yourselves. Yeah. So when you introduce yourselves, please tell us your name, where you're from, and whether you own or rent your home. Okay. So I'm going to start as an example. My name is Irie. I am from Japan, but I live in Malaysia, which is a country in Southeast Asia. And here I own my home. So now let's go to you guys. I'm going to start with Alcione. I know you can't, but feel free to write down your answers in the chat room. Okay. I do encourage you, Alcione, to try and participate though. Yeah, I know I've had you in several of my classes already, and it would be a lot more beneficial, I think, if you participated. Yeah. So anyway, let's go to Javier next. Javier, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, of course. My name is Javier Ramirez. I am from Mexico. I living in the Tabasco state. What else?
Yeah. Do you own or rent your home?
I rent in my department.
So I rent my apartment.
I rent my apartment.
Okay, very good.
Yes.
Thank you, Javier. Now, in your city, Javier, is it expensive to buy a home?
Yes. Yes. It's very expensive.
Okay, it's very expensive. Good. Thank you, Javier. Let's keep going. Jose, go ahead.
Hi, teacher. I live in Mexico, in Toluca State. Homes.
Can't hear you, Jose. Can you say that again? Jose, can you hear me? Yeah, I think it's your connection, Jose. I'll come back to you, okay? Let's keep going. Let's go to Maria. Maria?
Hello.
Hey there.
I am Maru. I'm from Mexico, and I like my property, casa, house.
Okay. Yeah, house. House or apartment?
In my house.
House. So do you own or do you rent your house?
Own.
I own. Yeah. So I own my house.
My home.
I own my house. Can you repeat that?
I own my house.
Okay, fantastic. Yes. And is it expensive to own a home in your city?
More or less, because I can pay. How do you say poco a poco?
Can you type it for me, Maria, in the chat room? Can you type the word?
Yes. how do you say the how do you say
Hold
se
on,
paga
hold on,
poco a
yeah?
poco?
I'm gonna check Google Translate because I don't speak Spanish. So give me 1 second. Oh, it's paid gradually. Okay, so like it's paid gradually.
Or
Like a loan?
step
you
by
take
step, no? Pay
mean-
step by step.
Like, is it like this? Hold on. Take out a loan. Like this? Is it because you have to take out a loan? No.
Maybe.
Maybe? Okay. So it's expensive, but you can pay gradually. Maybe you can say that. Yeah? It's expensive, but you can pay gradually. Gradually is little by little. Okay? Maria, can you repeat that for me?
It's expensive, but you can pay gradually.
Yeah, gradually is bit by bit. Okay, good. Yeah, thank you, Maria. Sorry, your name is Maria or
Maru.
Maru? Okay, good. I'm gonna go next to Marlon. Okay, Marlon, go ahead.
Yeah, hi, my name is Marlene. I'm from Mexico. I live in Toluca and I own my house.
Okay. And is it expensive to own property in your city, Marlon?
I think it depends of the zone.
Okay.
Yeah, obviously in downtown it's more expensive than around it.
Around it. Okay, then in the suburbs maybe, yeah, or in the outskirts of the city is how you can call the parts outside of the city. Okay, let's keep going. Trung, go ahead.
Hello, teacher, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Trung. I'm from Vietnam. Now I live in Ho Chi Minh City. Yes.
Okay, so do you own your home or rent your home?
I bought my house about 5 years ago.
Okay.
Yes.
Very good. And are properties expensive in your city or not? What would you say?
I think it's expensive in my city. In Ho Chi Minh City, it's very expensive for people buy the house.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Very good. Yeah. So in some areas it's more expensive than other areas.
Yes, because Ho Chi Minh City is the big center in Vietnam, the biggest center in Vietnam, big city in Vietnam. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for that, Trung. So now, guys, let's move over to the resource. Okay, we're going to listen to this video. The video is going to pause a few seconds at a time, and there's going to be questions. So we're going to answer the questions as we watch the video. Okay, so let's have a listen. Then here we go.
Public housing is often considered low in quality and high in crime, but it's a totally different story in Singapore. Government-built apartments in Singapore are clean, safe, and well-maintained, and about 80% of Singaporean households live in them.
Okay, so I know she spoke quite fast, and she has an accent here, so we're going to listen to it one more time, okay?
Public housing is often considered low in quality and high in crime, but it's a totally different story in Singapore. Government-built apartments in Singapore are clean, safe, and well-maintained, and about 80% of Singaporean households live in them.
Okay, so let's start here with Javier, okay? Javier, can you read the statement and tell us what you think?
Okay. Who Which?
Right here. Do you see on the right side? There is a public housing in Singapore is?
Public housing in Singapore is low in quality.
Okay, is it low in quality?
I think.
So no, it's not low in quality. What is different?
Often considered dangerous.
Okay, so in Singapore, is it considered dangerous? Yeah, they're saying in other parts of the world, it's not. I mean, it is, but in Singapore, it is.
Keep in good condition.
Yeah, so it's the opposite exactly. Yeah, it's kept in good condition. Yeah, and I realized I think Jose is back. I think your connection looks good now. Jose, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, awesome, good. Yeah, so do you want to quickly introduce yourself? Yeah, can you introduce yourself, Jose? Because
hi.
earlier we couldn't hear you. Yeah.
Is I increment.
Where are you from, Jose?
I am from Mexico.
Okay, and do you own and rent, or do you own or rent your house?
I own my house.
Okay, you own your house. And is it expensive to buy homes in your city?
Yes, it's expensive
Okay.
to pay a house.
To pay for a house, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So I'm going to keep going. Glad we can hear you. The next question will be for you. Okay, Jose? Let's keep going.
Okay.
Singapore is also one of the few countries in the world to achieve almost full home ownership status. Over 90% of the city's households own their own homes.
We're going to listen to it one more time again.
Okay.
Singapore is also one of the few countries in the world to achieve almost full home ownership status. Over 90% of the city's households own their own homes.
Okay, let's try this. Yeah, so Jose, can you read the question here?
Most household.
Sorry, Jose, we can't hear you again. Okay, I'm gonna skip you real quick, yeah, because we can't hear you again. No, can't hear you. Yeah. Maybe you can try to refresh your blue jeans, yeah, Jose? In the meantime, I'm gonna go to Maria. Yeah, Maria, can you tell us what you think?
What is true about Singapore? The government owns 90% of homes.
So does the government own it, or do the people own it?
The people.
Yeah, so if the people own it, it's not the government, right? So what else do you think might be the right answer here? If it's the people
Only 10% of people live in public houses.
No, because a lot of people in Singapore live in public housing. Yeah. So this is also not it. I'm going to go to Marlon. Yeah, Maria, let's see if Marlon can help us out here. Marlon, what do you think?
Everyone is required to buy an apartment.
What does that mean, Marlon?
Like everyone can do that, maybe.
Okay.
Because in the video,
in
the video say that the 80% live there.
Okay. So 80% of the people live there. Over 90% of the people own their own homes, right? So the thing here, Marlon, required means they have to do something. Yeah, it's not that they have a choice; they have to buy an apartment. In the video, did they say anything about people having to buy apartments by force?
I don't remember.
Yeah, so they didn't. Yeah, so there was no mention about people having to buy a home. Yeah, it's still a choice. Trung, can you help us out with this one? What do you think?
Yes, I think the government owns 90% of homes in Singapore.
So it's not the government, yeah, because the government provides these housing called public housing, but who owns the homes? I'm going to play it one more time, okay? Just so you guys can hear it. Let's just really pay attention to the who owns these houses, okay?
Singapore is also one of the few countries in the world to achieve almost full home ownership status. Over 90% of the city's households own their own homes.
Okay, so 90% and over of the city's households own their own homes. What does that mean? Does that mean that the government owns the homes?
No, I
Or
think
does that mean
most household own a place where they live.
Yes, absolutely. Exactly. Yeah. So it's the people who live in the house who own the house. Yeah. I know a little bit tricky, guys, because this is, very fast-paced audio. Yeah. So again, if you feel it was a little bit challenging, I encourage you to go back after the class and have a listen a couple of times until you can the understanding of what she's trying to say. Okay. So now, guys, we're going to move over and talk a little bit about housing in your city. Yeah. So let's start with this question. Are there lots of public housing in your city? That's the first question. We're going to go around the room and have everyone ask this question to the next person. So let's start with Trung. Yeah. Trung, can you ask this question to Javier?
Yes, Javier.
Yes.
Are there lots of public housing in your city?
I don't love of public housing. What is?
What's public
It's
housing?
like the Is it rent? No.
No. So
It's housing rent.
okay, wait, hold on. Yeah. So what is public housing? Does anyone know, or can anyone describe what is public housing?
I think public housing the building with the government building for the people, and they sell it to the people.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So these are homes that have been built. Yeah, I mean, they weren't built by the government, but they were paid for by the government. Yeah.
Yeah.
People can buy them. Yes.
Yes. In Mexico are a lot public housing in a program called Infonavit. It's a program the government they pay your house and you pay government.
I see. Okay. All right. So there are lots of public housing in Mexico. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Or in your city. Yeah. Okay. Good. Yep. Go ahead.
No, is that?
That's it. Okay. Good. Javier, can you ask the question to Jose?
Sure. Jose, are you lots Are there lots of public housing in your city? Okay.
Is public housing is like an
Jose, can you hear me? I mean, we can't hear you again. Okay,
teacher,
now I can hear you.
Okay. Public housing is like an hint.
Like a what? Sorry. Can you type, Jose, what you're trying to say, because I think your connection keeps breaking. Oh, it's not like an inn, because inn is like a type of accommodation that people pay to stay in, like a hotel or a hostel, right? So it's not an inn, it's still a home. Yeah, you still are the one that's, gonna live there. It's not managed by any individual person other than the government. Yeah, so it's not like an inn
Okay.
property. Yeah,
Uh,
but it's paid for by the government, right? So people can stay there and pay rent to the government, or people can buy it from the government.
To pay a government is Onavit.
Okay.
Cool. Is program.
Okay. But do you have a lot of public housing in your city then, or?
Teacher.
Yes. Jose, I think it's the connection, yeah? Like sometimes we can hear you and sometimes.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Yes, the question is, are there lots of public housing in your city? Yeah, can't hear you, yeah, Jose? Maybe you can type the answer, yeah?
I don't know.
That's okay. Yeah, that you can see the question right here. It's in the chat room, okay? Right here. Oh my goodness, what's happening? Hold on. Right here. Yeah, this is the question. So, okay. So maybe we can continue. Yeah. So Maru, can you answer the question? Are there lots of public housing in your city?
Yes, in my city, the houses are owned or rented, but public, as for street, there are very few.
So there is a lot of public housing or not?
No.
No. Yeah, not a lot of public housing.
No, only for rent or for out.
Yes, but so the public housing can also be rented from the government. Yeah. Or are they public? Private? Are most of the housing in your city private or public?
What is private?
Private. Private. So like you, Maru, you own your home, right? You're the owner of your house. So that's a private property, private home.
Yes, private of the rent.
Okay, so maybe there's a mix, yeah? So let's say there's a mix of public and private housing in my city. Can you repeat that for me, Mara?
There is a mix of public and private housing in my city.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, Mara, can you ask the same question to Marlon?
Marlene, ¿cómo? How? Questions?
Yeah, do you see my screen? Right there.
Are there lots of public housing in your city, Marlene?
Yes, like everyone says in Mexico, exists. The name is Infonavit, and it's public housing, but the houses are small.
Houses are small. Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah. Can you ask the same question to Trung, Marlon?
Oh, what?
Trung.
Miss Trung, Phan Thanh Trung.
Okay. Are there lots of public housing in your city?
No, just a little. And in Vietnam, most of housing from the private company and public in private housing, and they are a little public housing, but they are just only for the people, the officer who work for the government. The people, the normal people can't buy it. Yes, and in Vietnam now in the housing develop a lot, and because every year the rise of house go up a lot, and now in this year, yes, the rise go up a lot, and like that when I think before 5 years ago when I buy my house, just about 1 billion Việt Nam đồng, but now the rise in 5 years is about 5 billion. It's 5 times until 5 years, and now now it's hard for the normal worker to buy house in Vietnam because it's so high. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Yeah, nicely explained there. Yeah, thank you for kind of giving the details and what is happening, yeah, to the housing industry also in your city. Yeah, guys, I think public housing, this is something that we hear about. Yeah, I think some of you mentioned that it's very common to have it. Pick up on these vocabularies from today's resource because they're all really good if you want to talk about, things that are changing in the property landscape of your city. Okay, so I encourage you to go back and look at this unit, go through the vocabulary so that you guys can continue to talk more and more about topics of this nature. That's about it, guys. I'll see you later. Have a good day. Have a good night. Bye.
Yes, bye, teacher.
See you, teacher.
Thanks.